Welcome back, folks, to Inside Arm Wrestling, the home for all the news on arm wrestling, fitness, strength sports, and fitness competitions. Folks, we are now officially in the month of February. Where did January go? It went fast. I'll be honest, we got done the holiday season, and next thing you know, we're already looking to figure out if Punxsutawney Phil was correct, and we are going straight to spring, which is what his shadow or lack of shadow said. I guess reading the news, we are now on our way to spring thanks to that groundhog that the Pennsylvanians call Punxsutawney Phil. So, getting into the spring, let's kick it off with something that's heating up the internet, folks. King of the Table 10. King of the Table 10, February 24th, 2024. It is a Core Sports World production. There is a pay-per-view for that. If you go to coresports.world, they will have a pay-per-view link for you to purchase this event. And folks, I want to kind of kick off with the King of the Table events. I think it's fair to say, looking at this lineup, that King of the Table is slowly segueing to more of a social media or perhaps social media valued promotion. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a smart thing. Their last pay-per-view, I think, was a little bit off in terms of the competition and really the interest. And I think what they've done this time is hopefully built some more interest in these matches. So let's kind of go through some of the participants, and really the first match that they're highlighting is the Dave Chafee versus Vitaly Laitlin match. Folks, I like this matchup. I think it's an interesting matchup. Dave Chafee is an extremely popular arm wrestler in the U.S. I don't know that Dave Chafee is as valued anymore as he once was when it came to a Devin Lorette, Dave Chafee face-off. I think Devin has kind of put that matchup to bed with him taking control of that relationship. Certainly Dave, who's a correction officer, is a gentleman who works quite a bit and perhaps is not as able, I'm sure not as able, not perhaps, to be able to train as aggressively and as actively and as often as Devin has become, and maybe even the ability to take the level of gear that one would assume a lot of these world-class arm wrestlers are taking. That may not be as readily available to him, or he may choose not to want to go down that rabbit hole. But Dave Chafee, an extremely popular arm wrestler, a gentleman on the table, takes on who I'm going to say is his counterpart, Vitaly Laitlin. From my understanding, drives truck, hardworking guy, certainly a favorite among the Europeans. He is well received, well respected, well liked. So this matchup really, to me, is more of a social media type rivalry. I don't think this matchup goes anywhere. I don't know that Dave is in any conversation for a world championship shot. I don't think Vitaly is either. I think that these stylistically two arm wrestlers are a good matchup, a little bit different. Dave Chafee, certainly a lot of power and side pressure. Vitaly, certainly with the big hand and elbow to fingertip lever, top roller and side pressure. I mean, he's a big guy. I think he probably has a 3 or 4 inch advantage over Dave Chafee, maybe a little bit more. So I like this matchup. I think this matchup has a lot of social media interest. I don't think it has much world ranking implications, but still, on a match like this, I'm going to pull for Dave Chafee. Dave is a terrific guy. Never met Vitaly. I've met Dave once. So if meetings are the key to who I will support, I'll definitely pull for Dave on this match. I think it's definitely a well matched up arm wrestling event that they put together, and I think this one is the key to that. If I look around the poster that they posted, I look at Lachlan Adair. I mean, he's up there on the top line. I think he's extremely popular in Australia. He certainly is a tremendous puller. I don't know where he sees himself or the world sees himself on a world stage, but I certainly know that he's extremely popular. He's got a fitness channel. He's got a social media channel. Certainly someone that can put views to a pay-per-view. As we kind of go across that top, we see big Derek Smith up there, the Riverside Giant. Again, someone who has a very substantial following. Definitely will put some eyes on the pay-per-view and drive the revenues. As you look at the second line, I think the two faces really that stick out would certainly be Auden Larrett versus, they call him the arm wrestling whisperer, but Etienne Waite. Again, folks, these two individuals, super competitive, I think, in terms of how they've matched these two young arm wrestlers up. But I think that the value of this arm wrestling match is more on a social media end. Etienne is maybe a top 10 arm wrestler in California in his weight class at 176. Auden is a junior national champion up in Canada. I would say his claim to fame win was against social media influencer Gabriel Young. But this matchup certainly is about two people that can put eyeballs onto a pay-per-view. And I think that that's pretty smart for King of the Table. As we kind of go across, we look at the opposing corners with Matt Mask on the top left. We see Wagner Bortolato on the bottom right. I can't imagine that Wagner is going to be pulling right hand in this. I have to think that left hand is the call of the day. That is his dominant hand anyway. But we do know from his last match, East versus West, that a bicep tear was revealed. And I don't believe that within a month he would be able to heal from a bicep tear to a substantial level that he could pull right-handed. So left-handed on the docket there. I don't see any of the matchups in terms of posters and flyers on Core Sports. I'm sure that they will release them soon enough, but certainly I think the matchup in the card is really indicative of where Core Sports and King of the Table want to go. I don't think they want to compete as a world championship. I think they want to compete as a social media venue and sell pay-per-views. I think they may have taken their event and settled into a second position with what we'll call the super match platform. But I think that they do a good job, folks. I think that it's worth taking a look at some of these matches. They're fun matches. Matt Mask is one of my favorite arm wrestlers. I think that that's something that's easily echoed amongst arm wrestlers across the world. Wagner Bortolato is certainly a very energetic and engaging arm wrestler. Jack Jesus is someone that's always fun to watch. I think that, again, there's social media implications in these matchups that do make a lot of sense. And hats off to Core Sports. I think they do a great job. Certainly we will tune in to watch their pay-per-view on February 24th. We wish them the best of luck with this one. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one athlete or two was added to this card. But, you know, looking through there, you definitely have a few other notable names. Coach Ray is on this one. They tagged the Aussie arm wrestler on this. They actually tagged the UAL on this, which is interesting. Some of their sponsors, Vitacell Biologics is on here. The Surfing Week is one of the people that they tag. I thought that was pretty cool. Not quite sure what the Surfing Week is doing with sponsorship with them, but you know, everybody likes surfing, that's for sure. And ultimately, guys, if you're going to put some money out there on a weekend to watch some arm wrestling, King of the Table is an excellent event, and we encourage you to do so. So best of luck to those guys out there. And folks, you know what time it is. It is another time to say goodbye. That does it for Inside Arm Wrestling News Report. This has been Greg Sharp reminding you to train hard, pull smart, and lift safe. Folks, if you like these stories and you want to see more, please hit the like button and subscribe to our page. Also hit the notification bell underneath the video so that way you're notified every time a new video comes out. And if you're on social media, specifically Instagram, go to the World Series of Arm Wrestling Instagram page. Please follow it. We'll try to follow you back, but it'll keep you up to date with all of the news and events in the world of arm wrestling.